Going on behind us is one of the new traffic signal arrangements. This is at the intersection of Wadsworth and 14th Avenue. The new signal arrangement is referred to as the flashing yellow arrow. It's essentially just a different way to display to the driver that they need to yield to oncoming traffic before making a left-hand turn, and also yield to pedestrians that are in the crosswalk. The flashing yellow arrow traffic signals are incredibly beneficial for us traffic engineers. It gives us more options as far as handling traffic, especially traffic that varies throughout the time of the day. Traditional left turn signals, when you pull up to, the left turn arrow typically occurs first and then the through movements. So you're at a disadvantage if you're coming up to a major intersection and you've already missed the left turn arrow. With the traffic signal arrangement behind us, we can actually make the left turn arrow come on after the through movement, so you don't have to wait for the side street traffic first. So with patterns that vary by time of day, this is a huge help for us. Other municipalities around here have been using this as well. CDOT started using the flashing yellow arrow some time back, and then a few other agencies around us, such as Denver or the city of Arvada, have also recently implemented the flashing yellow arrow as well. So they're being used across the state and around the metro area of Denver. So if you're approaching a flashing yellow arrow turn signal, if you're approaching on the red, then you would at any other intersection. It's a stop command, so you would wait until a different indication occurs. If a green arrow comes up, you would treat it as any other green arrow, which means you're protected to turn in that direction. If you're looking at a solid yellow arrow, that means the signal is about to turn red. And if you're looking at a flashing yellow arrow, this is an indication that means that you should yield to the traffic that's coming towards you, or you should yield to anyone that's in the crosswalk before making your left-hand turn. So if you pull up to an intersection and the flashing yellow arrow is on, what that means is the opposing direction has a green, which is why you have to yield to oncoming traffic and any pedestrians in the crosswalk. Only when you pull up to a flashing yellow arrow signal that's displaying a green arrow is that when the opposing direction has a red. We're here in Lakewood's Traffic Control Center. This is where we monitor traffic across the city and also program our traffic lights. Some of the new traffic lights you may have seen across the city are the flashing yellow arrow turn signals, but that's not the only new thing in the city. It's also the equipment that we use to detect cars to tell the traffic lights when to turn green or when to display a green arrow. You may have seen on top of the mast arms that the traffic signals are attached to little cameras. They're actually not cameras, they're detection equipment that determines when the cars are present. So if you look over here, this is how the cameras work. If you see these blue rectangles, these are zones that we program from the Traffic Control Center. In their areas where a car is present, we let the traffic light know when to turn the signal green. We also have them programmed in the left turn lanes. This is a lot safer than the old means of detecting cars, which involve cutting into the pavement. When you cut into the pavement, we have to shut down a lane of traffic, which is inconvenient to people and also less safe than the cameras, which we can program from here or from the side of the road. One thing to remember is if you pull up too far past the line, you may not get detected, which means you would not get a green arrow. The flashing yellow arrow turn signals won't go in at every intersection. They'll mainly go in at intersections that are being upgraded or as a part of the traffic signal retiming project. At certain intersections such as Wadsworth and Alameda or Kipling and Alameda, they have a red arrow, which is called a protected only left turn, where you can only turn on the green arrow. And a lot of these intersections will not be replaced because the red arrow is in place for a few reasons. It could be a severe crash history that used to exist at the intersection. A lot of intersections that have double left turns, there's not adequate sight distance to see oncoming traffic. Those are a couple of examples, but for the most part, traffic signals that have a red arrow will remain the same, and the flashing yellow arrow will only replace the traditional traffic signals that allow you to turn on a circle green. People that drive around Lakewood should be incredibly excited about seeing these come to Lakewood, just simply from the standpoint of a lot of the traffic signals have already been reprogrammed several times and adjusted over the years, and there's only so much we can do with a standard traffic signal or how they're arranged. And with the new traffic signals, it just gives us more options to handle traffic flow. We're incredibly excited about the new flashing yellow arrows coming to Lakewood. We hope they'll improve everyone's commute. If you have any questions or want to see how it works, just visit our website. It's lakewood.org and then look up the traffic division.